Daniel Blair and his Main Event Moto podcast, part of the Racer X podcast network. First, a word from some sponsors. Air Medcare Network. What if you're hospitalized with an injury far from home? You'd want to recover close to family and friends, and with an Air Medcare Network Fly You Home membership, you'll have control of where you're treated. You'll be transported to your local hospital of choice with no out-of-pocket cost, and you can now save $10 with the offer code 10MOTO. That's 10MOTO. Visit airmedcarenetwork.com/RacerX offer1. That's the number 1 to get that $10 off your membership. Essentially, it allows you, if you get injured at a race and you're not close to home, you can get flown back to where you live so you can work out of a hospital that's local, which is a lot more convenient for family and friends. Also by Maxxis Tires. You already know that Maxxis delivers the best tires for your bike, but did you know that Maxxis also offers high-quality tires for your car, light truck, trailer, ATV, mountain bike, and much, much more? Maxxis Tires will let you hook up, pull the whole shot, and beat your competition in any terrain or conditions. Just ask the king, Jeremy McGrath. To learn more, go to Maxxis, MAXXIS.com. And this podcast is sponsored by ETS Racing Fuels. With unmatched consistency and performance, ETS powers some of the most winning teams in motocross and supercross. You already know the riders and the team, but you probably don't know the fuel. Why? Because champions don't give away their secrets. But now with ETS's new online ordering system, you can have ETS Racing Fuel delivered right to your door, your shop, or the racetrack. So it's easier than ever to get ETS's championship-winning performance in your tank, whether you're racing 2 strokes or 4 strokes, 2 wheels or 4 wheels. Go to ETSRacingFuels.com and you will have your own winning secret to keep. ETS Racing Fuels, the most winning fuel you've never heard of. And now, on with the show.
You're listening to the Main Event Moto podcast.
It's time for episode 149 of the Main Event Moto podcast, brought to you by Fly Racing, Mika Metals, No Toil, EMT Racing, Viral Moto, and Ole Me Creations. Joe, how we doing today?
Yeah, so good.
Are you feeling better than me?
I'm feeling so good, bro.
Remember how last week I was dead?
Yeah.
What's in between dead and alive? Where's the middle ground? What's right there in the middle?
It's like a... I don't know.
I know, you wanted to say something and you...
Sorry, yeah.
You got protected.
I'm in a different mode. But I'm back. I'm back now. I'm here.
So I'm better. My voice is still a little raspy because it started going out last night a little bit, but I actually feel a lot better. I'm tired, but I'm good tired. I'm excited. You know why?
Why?
Because there's someone in studio who I like a lot. His name's Mike Mason. What's up, Mike?
That's me.
I like you. I like you.
I like you too.
When you walked in, I said, I like that guy.
Yeah?
A lot more now than I did when we were kids.
Did it brighten your day up?
For sure, yeah. Hey, I saw Nate Tierney.
Where?
Up in Nevada 2 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, for the friendly deal?
Yeah, at the new track out there, 95 Motorsports Complex. That's coming. Nate Dogg out there riding. Just sick style.
What bike was he on?
A Cowie 450.
Yeah, probably the same one he's had for
No, it was someone else's that let him borrow it, but he put his suspension. I don't know. But you know how Nate just always had that, like, Kevin Windham type style, where you just like, why do you look so effortless?
Yeah.
Still has it.
Bunch of talent, wasted it. Good job, Nate.
Good job, Tierney. Big old burly beard growing in.
Yeah. He's a mountain man now.
Isn't he a state worker? Isn't he a
I think
federal employee, or what is he?
Nah, he's like a landscaper or something. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, he's a man of many jobs.
I still look good.
Yeah.
I also want to give a huge shout out to Motosport.com, American Chevy of Killeen, Screen Printing Done, Guts Racing, Scott USA, and DRS Suspension with Race Tech. Mike, how was the race for you last night? We'll start there. I'm going to guess. You were on the grill.
Yep. Had to grill for the family.
And you were sipping on
some beers.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, did that, and then watched a little football.
Football was earlier?
Yeah, it was kind of during, so I missed a little bit of the heat races and stuff because it was cool to watch the Ravens get smashed.
Joe, we have this guy come in here. We're supposed to analyze this. He doesn't even watch the heat races.
Well, dude, the heat races are kind of boring sometimes.
Joe said the heats were good this week.
Okay,
you love the heats this week.
I didn't say I was right. I just said sometimes they're kind of boring.
Right,
so I took a risk.
Which they are sometimes, but I thought last night's heats were pretty exciting.
They were good. And you said you liked seeing the Ravens get smashed up?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Well, what? I didn't watch it, but
it was ugly.
Just like 12 points. Where'd they get their 12?
Jackson looked like he was the one from last year, like not the one.
Not the MVP.
It was weird. Yeah,
the regular season guy.
Yeah, so that was good. The Niners won, which was always a plus for us Bay Area fans, I guess you could say.
Is that what you are? Joe's a Bay Area fan. He don't like the Niners.
Yeah, well, I grew up like my dad, and he was drinking and yelling at the TV. It was always the Niners, like Joe Montana and stuff. So it was like that was like my childhood team. I mean, obviously, I love Tom Brady, but
they're out.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be a Patriots fan anymore. It doesn't sound like so.
Is he leaving? Is that happening?
Yeah, I think so. Dude, you want to hear something
Just
cool?
go down together, you and Bill. Come on, Tom. Just end. Why do they got to run it so long and just ruin everything?
I know this is a Moto show, but just to get this out real quick.
I know, we'll get it over with.
You want to hear what I heard on NFL.com?
I want to hear what you heard.
They think Andy Dalton or Teddy Bridgewater would be a good replacement for Tom Brady in New England.
I think I would be a good replacement for Andy Dalton or Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah, the soulless wonder that can't ever win a game, and then freaking Teddy Bridgewater.
The soulless wonder.
Yeah, okay, back to Moto.
All you out there, put that together. Put that together. So, St. Louis, round 2. Have you ever raced St. Louis?
No, never raced St. Louis.
Obviously.
That race is memorable, though, because it's the one where Emig beat McGrath.
Yeah, 96. We had him on Race Day Live, and I wanted to get him all hyphy over it, and he kind of downplayed it. He was like,
Emig?
Yeah, Emig's... For Emig being Emig and being Fro, he's such a humble dude.
Yeah,
like, he's not going to be like, so 96, I stopped the street. He's just not like that.
Yeah.
So he's like, it was a good night, but there's other nights I had that year that I thought I had him, but it was good to do it
tell
there.
me about this night.
Yeah,
when,
we
broke
had
the perfect season.
We had B-roll supporting it. We're like, come on, Fro, get it. And he's just so humble. So he's like, it was a good night. And speaking of that, before we get into the details of this, Ken Roczen, he bummed me out last night.
Okay. Fill me
in.
It's
been 3 years since you've had this win, right? This has been one of the gnarliest stories in sports, in my opinion. I mean, they said at one point he wasn't going to be able to use his hand to write his name, and he somehow came back and then smashed the other one, and then came back again, and now 3 years later, round 2, wins again. And dude, the podium, like the team, dude, there was tears everywhere. It was like a bath down on the floor. Everyone was crying, whatever. And he gets up there, just stone cold Kenny, couldn't even crack any emotion. Just, we worked on things all day and got it right and pumped to get the win. I'm like, cry, bro, cry. Like we need you to cry. And he wouldn't do it. Even the press conference, I tried to poke a little and like dramatize it. Just come on, Kenny, give me a little. The dude was rock solid. I don't know if that's just because he went back to the semi and cried, or if he just really didn't get caught up in the fact that was an incredible moment, bigger than Supercross. I've always said that his story and what he went through to come back and race and then to win one again, there's so much there. And he gave no tears, and I'm bummed at him.
Maybe it's
Kenny.
Maybe it's one of those things where it hadn't set in yet. Because, I mean, I've had that where you want something so bad and it like feels like it takes forever, and then it finally happens and it's like someone snapped their fingers and it's over. And you're like, whoa, like that really happened. And then like, you go back to your hotel room or whatever that night.
And you let it rip maybe?
Yeah, you're like, oh, like that actually happened. And so,
right.
Because you could tell like it meant a lot to him. I mean, not the emotion, but like when he came off the track, it's like, that's a huge deal.
It is, but I felt like what meant more to him was the fact that he got the bike right and it worked. Because I talked to him all day. I talked to him Friday press. I talked to him Saturday early, Saturday late in the tunnel. I was poking that team a lot on what is the bike issue? Like, what is the deal? Round 1, remember he's saying it was too stiff. It didn't work. I'm like, what is come on, give me something. And they opened up big time to me and said his deal is he likes the bike to be very balanced. And if there's too much pressure front, rear, and it affects the balance, he doesn't feel like going for it. You know what I mean? It's almost like he doesn't trust the bike unless it's balanced. And he revealed that, and it was good. But it seemed like on the podium, he was more happy about the team and how they got it right, and they got the bike right, and I got the win. And I just felt like he zeroed in on round 2 of 2020 more than, dude, Kenny, like your story is insane. Like I don't feel like he got into that moment, and maybe he was just rock solid and he just wouldn't until he got back. You know what I mean?
He's German, dude.
Yeah, he is.
He's stoic.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Oh, what the hell does that mean?
I mean, serious. Like, they're not going to show a lot of emotion.
Dude,
I thought that was the stuff when your hair stood up. Stoic. Isn't that when you're like,
I don't know.
Electricity.
Static
Why is
electricity.
it always?
You guys are on
why does it always
corny
got to come
shit.
back to your hair? Mike,
Because I have 3 on top of my head, and when I get stoic, dude, they pop up. I can feel it. Gives me goosebumps, man.
oh man. Anyway, so congrats to him, dude.
Yeah, that was awesome.
he smacked him.
Yeah.
And okay. So overall, we'll go big picture before we get in the details again. Not a lot happened, but when you look at like the series, a lot did happen.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm so confused. Like, obviously, Barsha, we got to give him the credit. I mean, dude, to go 1-2, he has proven over 2 weeks he's the man in the series. But I'm just so confused. Like, AC was so incredible, and then he AC'd back to 7th. Tomac
I
was
blame
kind of...
Osborne for that one.
Oh, God, those two.
AC was moving up, had a good freaking thing going, and then the semi-trailer's just stuck in the middle of the track, won't get out of his way.
You're not a fan, are you?
I mean... It's nothing like personal, I'm sure he's a cool kid. I've heard nothing but good about him, but man, when he rides, sometimes it's just like, get out of the way.
You don't
man.
like the fight, dude? He's like
I do like the fight. I mean, this is just me hating. I'm not saying he's doing anything wrong or he's an idiot or nothing, but it's just like sometimes, because we want to see AC up front. Like he's one of the dudes.
We wanted him to get up there and go and make a run.
When Osborne's just going straight when they're supposed to turn and like cutting him off, I'm like, gosh, dude, dang it, just get out of the way.
AC got him first.
Yeah,
Dude couldn't even do the double. Screwed them both up. Osborne was pissed about it.
By the way, I was stoked on the track. I thought the track was cool.
Track was sick.
That's always been my biggest complaint. Is I feel like the last 5 to 7 years the tracks are the exact same.
So what do you notice about the track? What is it that you notice? Because I'll fill you in on what's going on here. But let
me refresh my memory here because I was about a 12-pack deep. I don't know. I think it wasn't just the mad skills track. You're not just popping through rhythm. Like there was like in the Lights main event. That one rhythm, maybe before the finish, I think. There was like everyone was doing something different, but it would work out the same at the end. It wasn't the same,
outer
triple.
End, they ended the same with different jumps.
Yeah.
There was so many combos.
It was just cool to see other stuff besides just the one line, one rhythm type of track, So
what I think is going on, because I've kind of asked a little bit, and I'm like, I'm always poking, like, hey, what's the deal with the track? What's the deal? It seems to me with the first 2 rounds, they're making the tracks busier. Mm-hmm. A little slower mile per hour. They're I think it's like condensed, almost as a way to like, let's slow the lap time down. Let's get these guys jumping high, not far. Because I'm telling you right now, those rhythms, those threes, they weren't far. Yeah. They were tall. Everything was high. It was more timing based. You know what I mean? And the tracks are a little more like annoying. Like you can't just like wall ride everything. You know what I mean? And I think that it's good because it makes more mistakes. It just it's funner to watch.
Well, that's my thing is like when I get buzzed on the couch by myself, I'm always on YouTube watching like 92, 93 Supercross.
You just can't let it go, huh?
No, I just love it.
Because they're good tracks.
I'm old, dude. I'm trying to relive my kid years and stuff when I had hair, but don't laugh. I'm being serious.
Before you were stoic.
Yeah, before I had stoic on top of my head. But, it was cool. There would just be like a random wall in the middle of the track. And then, the whoops were like staggered whoops. It wasn't just, click forth and hammer through them. And it just, there was no flow to it. And I think I loved just, that's what I grew up on. So that's what I loved. And, like I said, the last handful of years watching the races, it's like these dudes go out on like press day or first practice and jump everything.
Right.
There's no like mystery to it. There's no, and then my thing is too, even with like local tracks, as is like, 450s haul ass now. They're fast
and they're good.
And they're taming tracks. Like our local tracks are like 4th gear pin straightaways everywhere and tabletops.
Scarier, dude.
And then Supercross is like I said, they're like 2 jumping a whole straightaway. It's like the bikes got faster and they mellowed out the tracks. It's like wouldn't you want to kind of block it down a little bit and slow it down and condense, like you said, condense everything a bit,
adapt to the machine that's obviously changed. It's not the same bike, even from EFI to carb. Then you go 450 back to 250. The bike has changed. The track's got to change with it. And again, that first rhythm out of the start, if you went, let's see, where Bogle crashed, double, that's 2, triple, single. That's 5 jumps in a straightaway. That's good. Yeah. That's make them have to concentrate all the way through. And I'm with you. And I think that the track is, again, it seems condensed, steeper, taller. And I like it. And I thought it was cool. I like both tracks, and I hope that is not an accident, and that is like
they're trying to
do that because I think it's better too. So
Yeah.
it's
Do you
more
guys-
fun to watch.
It like more rhythm sections, you mean?
Yes.
Like more focused rhythm sections with higher jumps and
Yeah,
everything. It's
not
more
just
fun to
come
watch.
out and go 3-4 and
Yeah.
out of the straightaway.
So like
you know what I-
a bunch of rhythm sections, 2 whoop sections, maybe a bridge.
and- just,
I would've liked
just
to.
take some flow out of it a little bit. You know, like where if the guy messes up, it messes up the whole straightaway.
Yeah.
You're not just like, triple doubling, singling into the turn. Or
Even-
it's like you're actually like getting penalized for messing up.
Even the other rhythm after the whoops, 3 on, off, 3-2 all day. They started going 4 over, 3-3, but then they would clip. They wouldn't make it, so they'd screw.
Yeah.
They,
I like that
Yeah,
stuff.
I like
You
that.
know?
The typical line is just too typical,
Yeah.
and they're
You
having
just
to
always-
find creative ways to be fast.
Yeah,
And it's
you just
sick.
always hear it's like the track was one line. It was hard to pass this. Well, yeah, it is when everyone's doing the exact same thing and you can clip a triple and still get through the rhythm.
Yeah.
It's like I like to see, like you said, when they were trying to jump all the way over that table, if they clipped it a little bit,
They had to-
it messed up the second half of that straightaway.
And then the
you know
guy
what I
doing the
mean?
regular line could get him.
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of passes happen at the end of that straightaway before that double. I like the 2 doubles back to back. There was no triple on that track. No Supercross triple. Just the 2 big dubs, which that's different
Those
too.
are
There was
sweet, yeah.
no triple.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, that seems weird because the triple's so important to a track, but why? Why?
Yeah.
Like for
It's just like
for
a staple
photos,
of
or-
it, you know?
is a staple, but those 2 big dubs crossing, that was cool.
Yeah.
And a lot of passes were happening in those berms. The Osborne stuff.
Yep.
AC and the heat race got him. I mean, there was a lot of back and forth in those 180s because the track was cool.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. All right, so to Ken, what do you think about the whole round 1, bike too stiff, 6 plays, quiet night, freaking out, everybody's like panic, whatever, and then cleans it up and goes out and just smash City?
Yeah, I've learned to never really panic about A1. I mean, so much stuff's happened there, like first time winners that kind of went through the season, never did nothing again.
Right.
It's a weird race. There's a lot of pressure, a lot of hype. And
So you weren't panicking on Roczen. You said,
No.
it's Anaheim, whatever.
yeah, and even like Tomac, I was like, dude, what is he doing back there, And then last night I was like, oh, Tomac's back there, like for sure. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
it's a weird situation with him, but
But Kenny
with Ken-
cleaned it up.
Yeah, and we've said this in the past with Ken is like, man, just keep yourself in it. 6th place is not going to kill you at the end of the series. I feel like this year there's going to be a lot of randomness in the top 5.
I think so too.
You know what I mean? We've already seen it. Like you said, Barsha's been the only consistent one so far, with the 1-2, but
Him and then Anderson's 5-3.
Anderson's-
They're the
yeah.
only 2 that have been in the top 5 twice.
Yeah, but then if you go there, like Anderson's 5-3, he's consistent, but Roczen's now 6-1.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they're all right there.
and Eli
it's-
can go 7-4 and win next week. And you're
Eli
like,
might
okay.
win out. 3 rounds from now, he
Right.
might win out. We don't know. So I like it right now. I think that was huge for Ken to get a win early in the season instead of just being 2nd through 4th or 5th. And I think it's going to be a good series.
Remember in 2017?
I
when,
do not.
Okay.
A long time ago already.
Sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to refresh your memory the best I can. Ken comes out on the Honda and wins the first 2.
Yep.
And we're thinking, oh boy, like he looked good. This is whatever. And then, the crash app, everything happened. It just steered his course another direction. Do you think that now that he's got one, finally got over it, and just the way it even looked, is there a chance that Ken is going to be maybe back on the path of where he was on, and all of a sudden he's going to click off a couple, and we're like, oh boy, like this guy's back to being. I believe without that crash in 2017, I'll make the case right now, he could have won the last 3 titles.
Yeah,
I think he's the best. Why did I pick him, Joe, to win the title? He's the best in the class all the way through.
Yeah, and when he got hurt at that time, he was by far the best.
And,
You know what I
and
mean?
just starting to be the best.
Yeah, like found his groove, found the bike. Everything just looked like it fit him. And last night, I think we saw a little bit of that. The only thing that scares me with Ken is he's just known for every once in a while getting a bad start. And like we were just
Random
saying right
ones.
now, there's 7 guys in this class right now with everyone being healthy that if you get a 8th, like look at Eli. He's been mid-pack off the starts, and he don't just move up to 3rd, 2nd, 1st, whatever. It's
I don't think those hero rides are coming anymore where you can go from
Yeah.
10th to win. The class is too deep. And that's my question. Is this going to just pop off and now he's back on course of being the baddest dude we have in the sport and he's going to go win a bunch? Or are we just getting too hyped up and this class is so deep that he's got to have everything go just right
Yeah.
to get the win? Because Barsha had everything just go both weeks. Barsha had everything go right.
yeah.
Both weeks. If Barsha gets a 7th place start, is he on the podium in Anaheim? I would argue no.
Yeah, I
Like,
would.
Why?
That's
why?
That's
Why?
what I'm saying with any of those guys right now, and that's the way it always is the beginning of the year because everyone's healthy. Everyone's
and
fresh.
they're all sick.
Yeah, I mean, that's shit's going around, dude. You gotta be careful.
What is the deal? Barca on the podium, it's like puking on my shoe, dude. Like, get out of here, dude.
Yeah.
Like, literally,
contagious.
he was off to the side, and he's like, leaned over, and I'm like, bro, you're coming on in like 30 seconds. He's like, give me 5 seconds before I'll pop up. And they're coming off the results, and I'm like, I grab it, and I'm like, get up here. And he like pops up, does his interview, and then he's back down, blah, like just gross, dude. But everybody's sick and weird. But to your point, everyone's physically healthy, no injuries.
Yeah.
And that's why I think at least in this first 5 or 6 weeks, I think it's going to be goofy.
Yeah.
And then the pecking order, I think, will go into place and people will fall in line. But right now, like Osborne, dude, he was fighting back because he doesn't believe he's a 8 to 12 guy. He thinks he should be winning too. So he's like, dude, I'm not going to let Eli by and Adam by. Like, I'm fighting for this too. Everyone right now believes, why not me?
Yeah.
Why not me?
Yeah. And it's making for good racing, I like even with Kenny kind of running away with it last night, like we said, still there's just such a mix up. Like, I think Webb was out of the top 10 last night.
12th.
Yeah, and he was 4th, I believe, in Anaheim, right?
3-12.
So yeah, I mean that's just what I'm saying is like I feel like right now with everyone in this thing, there's going to be a lot of variety, and Ken definitely looked dominant last night. Looked smooth, that flawless laps the whole main event.
That was just his night.
Yeah, maybe the tracksuit, I don't know, but he has to get those starts.
Yeah.
Like even if he starts 5th or 6th, then let's say Barcia or AC and them guys.
It's
are
Barcia,
1, 2.
AC, Anderson, Eli, and Cooper. Like,
yeah, you're not just going to carve
good
through
luck.
those guys,
You're going to have an
I mean?
incredible night to get through those guys.
Yeah, but like you said too, like mid-season, everything kind of shapes and takes place, and that's kind of where we can evaluate a little better.
Okay. I know you're not the biggest Barcia fan
At all.
I know, but can you put that aside and recognize the first 2 rounds? I mean,
yeah.
dude. What do you say about the dude's handling it right now?
Yeah, and he's, even though I don't like him, you still want to like root for the dude. He's been through a lot, a lot of ups and downs in his career, and hyped as a young rider, had a good 250 career, I guess you could say, and he needs to do it on the 450s, and it's cool to see him come out 2 weeks in a row and do it. We've seen him win A1 before.
That was the big question are you the A1 guy?
Yeah.
Or are you like really like maybe guy?
This is it could be his year. We don't know.
He was awesome.
I don't see why he wouldn't be top 3 because he gets good starts. He's he's aggressive. He doesn't really make too many mistakes. That like Tomac,
like he
for
has
example.
big ones, but
he does.
He doesn't like. He's not that like goofy, sloppy guy. He's pretty good.
Yeah,
like,
he's solid. And he's, any of these riders, it's confidence. Once you get confidence rolling, like anything can happen. And I could see him being up there at the end of the year.
Well, he keeps the red plate, which is, I'm sure he loves that. I'm sure Yamaha loves that. Anderson, 3rd on the night, 5.3. And I asked him in the press conference, I said, dude, I don't even think we've seen you on the television screen. You're like never on screen. You're 3rd in point. I think he's tied for 3rd.
Undercover brother, dude.
Yeah, exactly. And he was like, I'm cool with it. And you know how he is, dude. I'm cool. Me and my homies have fun. I just have a good time riding my dirt bike, which I love his public persona. Just don't be fooled into thinking that he's just chill. The dude works hard.
Yeah.
He just has a different way of, like, the shell is different. You know what I mean? But at the core, the dude's taking it serious.
Well,
and I think he's probably pretty stoked to get through rounds 1 and 2, 5-3.
Yeah.
With a lot going on, he's quietly right there.
Yeah, and he rides hard. You'll see him sloppy as hell through a rhythm section, but he's just fighting for that thing. You know what I mean? Like, him and Barcia, I feel like, are very similar in riding styles where, like you said, they're like, Barcia is obviously louder than him off the bike. Anderson's quiet, but they have the similar riding styles where they're just going for it, and that's what makes it fun to watch for me anyways.
We were talking last week how Anderson makes sloppy riding look cool. He's like the only guy who can make a mistake and it looks rad.
Yeah.
Where everyone else, you're like, oh, what a goon.
Yeah.
And he's like, he'll slop leg, whatever. You're like, that was the sickest he did that section. You know what I mean? He's got this weird way of making sloppy riding look so
sweet,
rad.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think he is just kind of sitting there, and he is so consistent too. He's one of those guys that avoids trouble somehow. He just stays out of it. I think he's smart. You know what, too? Back to the Osborne AC. We'll get into them next then. They're going at each other and doing their thing, and Ricky even said on the broadcast, like, you got to learn maybe when to do that stuff. I think Anderson knows when and when not to get involved in stuff.
Yeah.
And he's just smarter about, is this really worth it right now, or should I wait a half a lap? Where I thought Osborne and AC are both like, they got caught up in each other for a second.
Okay, and see,
and didn't think big picture, like maybe this isn't the time. Like,
so maybe that's where I got irritated, is because all the guys were up front off the start, right? There was a good pack, and I'm like, this is going to be a good race.
And then they broke away.
Yeah, and then they mess up that double, and whatever place they were in, the top 3, just leave them, whatever it was, top 3, 4, whatever, they're gone. So now you got the,
and now
you
the
got one pack,
there.
and now you got a battle, like 6th, 7th, 8th is a battle. I think if they could have just, like you said, timed it out a little better, get through that section, and let the open part of the track do the work,
right,
we would have had a good race.
Well, Roczen was pretty aggressive getting Osborne before the first double on the first lap, and I think AC must have saw that, because in the heat race, AC passed Osborne after the second double, and that berm stuffed him just set it up. It was a very methodical setup. I don't know if AC saw Roczen do it, and he's like, oh, I'll get him there too, but he definitely dove it in early, messed them both off the double. And now they're blocking Anderson, who has nowhere to go. You know what I mean? It just shut down the flow of the front, and then Barsha and Roczen are like, all right, well, we're alone now.
Yeah, so that's, I think, where I got frustrated, is just like, you want to see 5 guys battling for the lead.
But
when that happens, all of a sudden there's 2 guys out there by themselves, and then you got to, you do have a good battle for, the 4th through 7th, but that's not the same.
Tomac 4th.
He's just so quiet this year. It's weird. I read, I guess A1, he pumped up a little bit or something, said that, which I get that, first round of the year, but I don't know. I don't know if he's like a step behind this year, or something feels weird with, he doesn't look like Eli to me, you know what I mean?
He did a little in the heat. So you didn't watch that.
I didn't watch the heat.
Joe, Eli went on a little 2-lap run where he kind of like got a little loose in that heat. Where
I got scared there for a minute.
I was like, whoa, okay.
I was like, calm down, Eli.
Yeah, and then in the main, it was a little bit more reserved. He fought his way through. Again, though, he sat behind Osborne for a long time. Osborne, even at one point, I think Eli got him, and Osborne stuffed him back like, no, I'm not done. And that's the thing with Osborne, is if he's up there, he's going to fight. I will say this very politely, he's like a better Freesy, where when he's up there, he's not going to be like, Vincent is freaking out on Freesy right now. Like, literally, go watch his Instagram story. He just can't handle it. He's so caught up in just blowing the dude out. Anyways, but Osborne is like that, where they might have a little more raw speed than him, but he will not give it up.
Yeah, and you got to fight for it,
And I respect that a lot. But to your point, these guys behind him now are like, and Eli sat behind him forever, like almost probably going, I don't know what to do, because everybody that goes through him, it ends up being an altercation to get through him. And that's good for Osborne to have that reputation. When you're behind me, you just know that it's going to be a problem getting by. Like, I'm going to make this really bad on you. So for him, that's good. But for Eli, I felt like he sat behind him way too long, and then finally got him, and it ruined a potential run closer up. Yeah. But I thought it was good. Eli's coming. I'm not going to worry yet. It's just like, with him, you can't ever worry.
I know we've said
he might
this,
win the next 3. Like,
we've said this multiple times, like when we're on this thing, is, the dude's been hurt so much and done so much stupid stuff that maybe like 4th isn't bad. Maybe he's actually like reserving himself a little bit, knowing it's early, knowing that besides Barsha, everyone's not super consistent. So we don't know. You know what I mean?
It's like every guy in the series knows now that nobody's gonna just run away. Like, nobody's gonna run away anymore. So don't do anything that puts you just out of it. Like, just stay in it for a while. And Eli knows, if you look back at his history, mid-season, he'll go on a run for 4 or 5. He's probably sitting like, look, you guys get high fee. I don't know what he's. I can't even put myself in his head what he's thinking about. Last question on the 450s, and we'll move on to 250s. AC's practice time was 0.8 or 9 faster than everybody on a track where everybody was about the same. Well, like, what the hell? Like, when he got that time, we were like, no, cut the track. There's no way. And do you think from your former racing, and then even knowing just how Webb operates, well, actually, we got to talk about him too. I'm sorry. Is it necessary to be insanely fast in qualifying when then it turns into he won his heat, but 7th place main event? Is it worth it? Is that a strategy that's really worth it?
I think so. I mean, if you know you're faster than everyone, like actually one time when I hung out with McGrath, we were all drunk and we were just like talking about it. Like I was picking his brain. You know, I'm like, how did you come from the 125s? You know,
I'm sure he loved that. I'm sure he loved that party and having a good time having beers. And here's Mike over there picking his brain.
We were at Wyndham's house actually for the party in the pasture. And Wyndham grabbed a bottle of tequila, and he has like this little back room outside of like his little game room area. And me, him, and McGrath and Dano, the old DVS guy, we all went back there and just started telling stories. And he was like fully on board with it.
And
like,
Jeremy was opening up.
We would do a shot after every story, and I just asked him, I'm like, because for me it's super weird, because like when I went from racing Marysville and Prairie City and all this stuff to all of a sudden trying out for a national, I'm like, dude, I don't belong here. You know what I mean? Which McGrath won titles, I get, he's obviously way up there, but how do you go from like looking up to like Stanton and all these dudes and then just going in there and waxing them that year? And he was like, well, when I was at the track, I was like 4 seconds a lap faster than them on my 125 the year before.
So it was
a test track.
So the speed thing made him go, oh, not only do I belong, but I'm faster than better than you guys.
So back to now is like, when AC does that, he's slowly building like the mentality like, dude, I've got these guys covered. And it goes back to what we're saying. It's just the start.
You still
if
have
AC whole shots that thing, the main event, we don't know what happens. He might run. I mean, it is AC. He could wash out in a turn or something too. We don't know, but you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like he was fast. The result doesn't exactly show the practice times. It was the start though. He's mixed. Yeah, but so far he hasn't really grenaded. He hasn't done nothing stupid. He's keeping himself in there. I think
a little mistake, but not enough to ruin the night.
Not to take him out. Right away in the beginning of the year.
I mean, he's tied for third in points.
Yeah,
so
that's
good.
awesome for his second 450 race. That's pretty good.
Last one, then Webb. I mean, he went 5:10 last year to start the season. It was fine.
Yeah.
Now he went 3:12. It's fine, but is it fine? The class looks better. Malcolm's in there now. AC's in there now. Anderson's back in there now. Kenny looks better. Barsha looks better. Everyone looks better.
You can't. I just don't think you. I mean,
it's still
every
early,
year you
right?
shouldn't do that, no matter what, with this class. But like you said, there's just so many guys. You can't be outside of the top 6 or 7. Like Kenny being in 6th, I think that's about as far as you can be out.
Yeah, don't do that again.
Yeah,
or Eli, don't get a 7th again. Cooper's got a 12 now.
That's what's hard about TV is I didn't see nothing really on Webb. I mean, they show a little glimpse here and there, but it's like I don't know if bad start and just couldn't get through the path. I don't know what happened, but man, it's just that dude running the number 1 plate. You think no matter what, he should be worst case 7th, even if he crashes in the first turn or something. You know what I mean? But
last year he proved that he could be slow in practice and didn't matter.
Yeah.
But this year, slow in practice. I just you're playing with fire.
Yeah.
If you're going to do that, if that's the strategy, or if that's really what it is, like it takes a while to figure it. Whatever. I just don't know if that's.
Is he still sick?
They said on the broadcast, we got a late report from Roger who said he's still sick. He's got a chest infection, whatever. But I thought he was fine. I had heard that he was fine, so I didn't think that was the issue. But then I heard that right before the main event, and so maybe he's still dealing with something like that. Yeah. But I'm just saying, in the class the way it is, whew,
yeah, and it's
can't get away with that as much. I don't think.
Yeah, it's so hard to bag on these guys because we don't know. If you do have some kind of chest infection or, some kind of lingering cold, 20 minutes on a dirt bike's a long time, and if you're, because I mean,
it's not even 20 minutes too. It's the 2 minutes before the gate drops when you're like, oh,
yeah, you're just already like
can
mentally
I go?
defeated.
You got to be on the line going, let's go.
Yeah.
Not, oh man, do I have enough?
Yeah.
That's a bad mental place.
Yeah. Just trying to get through
I
the
hope
race.
I get a start and if I can,
yeah. So that's why I don't like to bag on guys too much because you just never know. These guys aren't going to come out and tell you make a bunch of excuses, they're not going to be like, oh, I'm hurt or I'm sick or this or that. It's like they're out there trying to earn their paycheck, do their job, and we just don't know. So it's hard to say, but you would expect that, like I said, having the number 1 plate that you'd be at least somewhere just off the top 5.
I think we have to try our best, Joe, to get through San Diego before we say anyone is the man or anyone is screwed. We got to go. Once you have 6 in, we can go, oh no for him, or oh hell yeah for him. You know what I mean? As much as you want to freak out for Kenny right now, because I want to be like, dude, here we go. Yeah. And I also want to be like, oh no, Cooper, we got to go to sit. Let's just try our best to be disciplined for a few weeks here, because these guys have been working so hard, and now it's just this big explosion, and you don't really know really what's going on. There's no trends yet. So I think once we get some trends after 5 or 6 weeks, we'll know like who's screwed and who's ready to actually make a run. Because right now it's Kenny, Jason, Justin. They're the guys, but dude, it's 2 weeks. Like, let's just try to be
it's a long season.
All right, we'll take a break and we'll come back and do the 250s. The spring gear for fly racing, I just found out, Joe, is coming out at Daytona. And I'm pumped because they even got the kids' gear coming out this year for the spring. And I just found that out yesterday, and I'm pumped about it. But we'll come back. We'll talk 250s. We'll talk about Austin Faulkner, Justin Cooper, and Dylan Ferrandis, who, oh boy, put himself in a hole.
Main event moto.
There's a reason I run DRS suspension and Race Tech hard parts with Mika Metals chains, bars, and sprockets on Evans 65. First off, DRS suspension settings work everywhere. I haven't changed a clicker since I put them on. Maybe it's the internals from Race Tech that give it that extra something.
American-made products with a 100% guarantee. You don't see that every day.
Yeah, the DRS Race Tech combo works for me. And what can I say about Mika?
First off, they've been with us since the beginning.
The quality of their bars is top of the line, and Mika is the only chain and sprocket combo I run. Motoheads, get with the program. It's DRS suspension, Race Tech, Mika Metals.
Say it again.
It's DRS suspension, Race Tech, Mika Metals. Is that good, Joe?
Yeah.
I love when NorCal companies take the world by storm. Guts Racing seat covers and no-toil filters are made right here at home, but their products travel the country and world on some of the baddest dudes' bikes in pro racing.
Who runs Guts?
Too many factory teams to list, Joe.
Who runs No Toil?
Well, it's the only filter Chad Reed will run. Guts and No Toil make only the best. So visit gutsracing.com and notoil.com and step up your game, Motoheads.
Look good? Check. Protection? Check.
Fly Racing has had the gear game on lock for years, but the Formula helmet has taken Fly to another level. They didn't just make a high-quality helmet, they redefined the standard for the most important piece of safety equipment on a rider's body.
Use your head and protect your head. Run the Fly Formula helmet.
Then cover the rest of your body in Fly's Evolution and Kinetic gear lines.
Easy decision.
Main Event Moto Podcast.
Ooh-wee. Guess what, Joe?
What?
Mika Metals is in the game of discounting. They've been with us for how long now?
Day one.
So like 28 years.
At least.
Or was it 29? I was off a year.
29
I think
years.
we started this when we were just little kids.
Yeah.
Right? Mika Metals, though, they are giving a 30% discount if you use the code MAINEVENTMOTO at MikaMetals.com. No spaces. Main Event Moto for 30% off.
Damn, I might have to do that. I don't even have a bike.
Same.
What are you going to get?
Anything.
Something
T-shirt?
metal.
Something cool. Something metal.
Something metal. 30%, though. When he wrote me back, I'm like, all right, bro. I'm sick of the Motoheads on you, though. You better be ready to ship.
Nice work, Mika.
Yeah, good job on them. And then, hey, No Toil, we're doing a giveaway with them, $100 every week, and it's done through Instagram. Every week, I'm putting up a post. It's Predict the Podium. And if you predict the podium and you get it right, you could win. If there's multiple, we'll draw the multiples.
Yeah. I like those Predict the Podium.
I will post those on Instagram, so we won't announce your name on here. It's not going to be one of those.
So the first week, nobody won. Did anybody win this week?
I don't know yet because there's like 200 and something people looked, and I got to figure out if somebody. I guarantee not, because Hartraff got third, and if anyone predicted him, then you are freaking that was badass, because I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
Not that he couldn't do it. I just
whatever, Dick.
No,
That's
I'm
pretty
just
rude, man.
saying.
I hope he's listening to the show.
I hope he is too. Good job. So I don't know, but I was going to do two winners if they got it right.
Ooh.
I felt like Ferrandis, Cooper, and Faulkner are going to probably get it. Someone's going to get that, that order. So maybe now I don't know what I'm going to do if you idiots can't figure it out. I mean, I had it. Faulkner, Cooper, Hartraff. That's what I had. Right? Yep. So that's on Instagram. We'll do that every week, and pretty pumped about that. Guts Racing, they got their discount, 20% off. Use the code MAINEVENTMOTO at gutsracing.com. And then DRS Suspension and Race Tech, they're new this year. And Mike, I'm a bad 50 dad. Yeah. So last year Evan had stock suspension, and I'm just like, whatever, just whatever. And then he weeded his brains out, and I'm sitting there watching. And if it's Evan, if it's on him, dude, I'll tell you screwed up. Dude, he straight bottomed out, hit a kicker, went over the bars, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to get him
Good dad
suspension.
right there.
Yeah.
So DRS Suspension does the suspension, and they are, they're combined with Racetech. Racetech is a national company, but there's always local companies that work with them directly. They use all of Racetech's internals, and so they're a sponsor this year of the show, DRS Suspension with Racetech, and I just want to give a huge shout out to those guys. They make 100% American-made products, full guarantee. I mean, Racetech, they're
Solid.
I mean, their stuff is solid. And again, DRS Suspension, thank you for thank you for helping my kid not hit potholes and go over the bars anymore.
Safety first.
Bad dad. So huge shout out to them. All right, 250 class. What do you think of Faulkner? I just quickly get your opinion on round one. He's out front. He shoots off the track. You didn't see it because you were watching the Titans game. My opening hit of the show, Joe, on TV was Faulkner told me without the mistake he was going to win that thing. He almost rolled his eyes at us like, yeah, what? Yeah, I was going to win. Like, I made a mistake. That's it. And Cooper told us I was sizing him up. I was going to get him anyway. Like, regardless of whatever. They both felt they were going to win Anaheim no matter what. And that was kind of my tease in the opener. Quickly, just your thoughts. Was Faulkner going to close that out, or was Cooper going to get him?
Are we talking about A1?
A1. And then before we move to this one.
Like I said, I've had Coors Lights that night too. Let me think about this. I don't know. I think Faulkner, he's pretty solid, and I think he's going to pay attention and kind of know if Cooper is reeling him in or not. And
because he was catching, losing. They were doing this little game thing,
I was actually concerned last night. I thought Cooper was going to get him. Like, Cooper was ripping for a, just inside of the top 10 start.
Don't dodge the question. Who was going to win Anaheim one without the mistake?
Faulkner.
Okay.
You said quick, so I started talking.
Faulkner.
Okay,
all right, so now we'll move on.
Okay.
Don't be dancing.
I like dancing.
You do like dancing.
Dude, I'm half an IPA in too, so you got to watch me. I'm going to start rambling. We're going to have a 4-hour podcast.
All right. I'm sure the Motoheads want to hear that, but too bad.
Last night was good. Faulkner looked solid the whole main. Not
handled business.
Yeah, he looked comfy, and he's from that area, right?
Yeah.
Or, not St. Louis, but Missouri.
Obviously we're drinking. I mean, literally, we were showing his dad in the crowd. I did an in-race hit. The mayor of his little town that he grew up in was there.
Dang.
I met her. I got a picture with her, and she said that he's getting the key to the city. He's going to win tonight.
No pressure.
What does that mean when you get a key to the city?
It means
I want to
nothing.
get that.
Yeah, I want a key too.
Yeah, I just want the damn key.
I want the key to Lodi. Does that mean you get to
freaking Minden, Nevada, dude? Just hustling me.
Does that mean like when certain restaurants that you like shut down for the night, you can use your key?
I think it means you can go anywhere.
Yeah, like you get free drinks
or something. You can go anywhere you want.
Could you imagine that for you?
I'm gonna write the Chamber of Commerce.
Hey, think about Minden, bro. The bars shut down. Not for Mike.
Well,
you got the key.
Nevada is 24 hours.
The cops show up. You're like, I got the key.
I got the key.
Sorry, Mr. Mason.
Yeah.
I apologize. You've got the key. You can keep partying.
Dude, that'd be awesome.
But anyways, it was a local hype deal.
Yeah.
I asked him about it. He kept playing it off like, yeah, it's cool, but whatever. But there's no way. He had family, friends, the mayor. When the mayor shows up,
it's...
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think there was a little added pressure for him, and he handled it well. But like I said, Cooper, it's not like he started second and Faulkner just held him there. It was like that last couple laps, Cooper was, he was ripping. And I think, that's what I do love about the Lights is that they're kids still, and they're just, like you said about A1, they both thought they were going to win. They were both dead set on that they're going to win.
Neither one can take any variable other than what they thought.
And
it's awesome.
And I love that. And I think that the West Coast is going to be a good series.
What about, Dylan, I think he's the fastest. I mean, he's the baddest dude in that class. But, dude, you can't be getting 10th to 15th place starts. You know why? Because you're going to end up on the ground in the first rhythm section when you're back in that.
Yeah. Well, that's what trips me out is there's literally...
get a whole shot every one.
Yeah.
Probably.
There's literally 4 guys in that class, that should win this thing.
Right.
What are you doing back in mid-pack? Like, there's no way... when I was racing and I was confident, I was never getting a 10th place start.
No, you're bad.
I was up
5th.
there. Yeah, I was up there. Because you're just confident. You do not want to be stuck with those dudes.
I want to know how you can weigh 140 pounds on a Star Yamaha.
I want to know how you can weigh 140 pounds too. I'm cresting 200 over here.
Full stop.
Yeah, my flannel's tight.
Stop. I want to know how to weigh 140 pounds.
That's all I want. Okay, go ahead.
So, Mike, you're 140 pounds and you're on a Star Yamaha. What the hell?
Unlimited traction out of the gate. What are you doing?
What do you do?
But I was always a good starter, always. And the more nervous I was, the better starts I got.
Because you were
I'm
nervous. Like,
yeah,
oh my God,
I don't want to get a
this.
good start. And then I had like a 6 bike hole
Like
shot. I'm
itchy trigger finger.
Yeah.
kinda?
Oh yeah.
You know what? I'm going to say it right now. And no one from the team is probably listening, and he's not listening. If I'm Ferrandis, and I know that this starting thing is a problem, and you know that there's about 8 or 9 factory bikes in the gate, go start on the outside with all the privateers and just pop out on them and work your way in. At least you'll be 5th.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, if I'm him, I'm starting on gate 19 for the rest of the season. Get away from Cooper and Faulkner and Amart and Craig and Hunter Lawrence, these good starters. Go out with the guys that you don't even know their name, and then you're probably going to be okay. At least you'll be 5th and not 12th and then 20th. I'm not being funny.
Joe,
I'm
we're the
dead
ones drinking here, right? Or is it Daniel?
Am I wrong?
Yeah, why the hell would you want to be all the way on the outside where like all of the carnage goes to? If you're already mid-pack
the
on the
carnage
inside,
doesn't
why are you going to
happen-
mid-pack on the outside?
Carnage doesn't happen in the first 30 yards. And
No,
if
it
he's out-
happens at the first turn.
So your theory is that he's going to get out in front of.
He's going to be out there with a guy with 4-digit number and another
That's a hell
guy
of a
with
number.
Fox pants and a fly jersey on the outside of the gate in the main.
What's wrong with that?
yeah.
What do you mean what's wrong with that?
Easy.
He's going to be with those guys. He can be a crappy starter and it's still power through, and at
Right.
least he'll come in with the front. Right now he's in the middle of the group. Be in the second wave from the outside alone and not be getting cut off by Faulkner. Don't start next to Faulkner.
Interesting strategy, Cotton.
No,
Yeah.
it's
Let's see if it
genius.
pays off
bold.
for him.
That is
Michael
Old
Lessie,
strategy.
go back and watch Michael Lessie. He never started in the inside with everybody. He was always on the outside by himself.
That's because he was always qualifying out of the LCQ. That's totally different.
Whatever, it worked.
Yeah, he
Joey
did rip some
Savacci
starts.
2 years
Unless
ago.
he has a reputation of being a good starter, and
Yeah.
Dylon has the opposite of
Yeah.
that.
Dylon's got 27 horsepower more than most of the guys on the gate. Go out with them.
I
Go
hear
out
you.
with them.
I hear you.
Go start with the slow bikes.
How about just work on nothing but starts?
Yeah, I mean, you already
all
know you're in
week long?
shape. You've got speed.
You act like he probably hasn't. It's not.
I mean, I'm not saying he
working out.
doesn't, obviously, but that's just like it's almost a no-brainer to
Yeah.
an idiot who's never ridden a bike before. Practice what you're not
If you
good
have
at.
a flaw, fix it.
Maybe the
right?
flaw is mental, and you can't fix that practicing by yourself at the track.
yeah, there's-
Use your power against
I'm
the
riding
other guy's power.
I'm 50-50 with you guys right now. I'm neutral.
I'm going to
Both
tell
you
him
guys are
this
right.
week. I'm going to sit him down and say, look, Dylan,
but
just try it. Give me a shot here. Whatever you're doing ain't working. Give me a
Yeah.
shot here. Go out there on the far outside. Savacci 2 years ago at Glendale had to go to the LCQ, whatever. He was far outside gate, and they're like, oh no, what's he going to do? And I'm watching. I'm like, what do you mean, what's he going to do? He's going to have 3 bike lengths on everyone out there, and he's going to sweep right in. And he hole shot. And I'm not saying Ferrandis will hole shot, but at least he won't be in the first corner sitting there buried, freaking out through the first rhythm section. Go out there when you're with guys that your bike will have no problem dealing with, and then just sweep in with the
Hey, I'm
crowd.
down for giving it a shot.
Yeah.
Stop the insanity.
yeah.
I'm going to tell him.
Stop doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, because now you got 12th, and now you got these 2 kids who get Cooper had bad starts for whatever reason in St. Louis, but those 2 get good starts, and if Dylan's going to have to start winning, he's going to have to click
Yeah.
off 3 or 4,
This week hurt him.
and you're going to have to probably pass those guys every week. Well, at least
Yeah.
start near them and not on the ground. That's all I'm saying.
It was
Yeah,
a
it
little.
just-
it was a little bittersweet on Dylon because Amart,
Your boy.
Amart screwed him up.
He did. Amart shot left, dude.
Well, that's
Actually-
just you can't be back there.
Actually,
though.
and
You gotta-
Amart
That's
hit,
the thing. You
gotta
can't
make
be
your
back
own
there.
luck.
Amart
Yeah.
hit Jacob Hayes. So last night when I got back to the hotel, Hayes is sitting there and he's like, dude, what happened to Dylan? How'd that happen? I was like, you caused it. He's like, what are you talking about? I was like, you brake checked Amart in the air. And he's like, that's not even possible. I said, whatever. Amart hit Hayes' back tire, shot left, hit Mosman, hit Ferrandis, took them all down. But yeah, Joe,
The dominoes sucked.
the dominoes sucked. And Dylan's lucky that he didn't get hurt because he was like a dart.
Yeah.
I thought he was hurt at first.
Yeah,
it took him a minute to
it
get
took him a
up.
minute, yeah.
But he came around and his bike was mangled. So he was pointing. But
I love the strategy though. When he got lapped, he just was passing the dude's back, so that like the lappers thought that he was actually up there.
Dude,
you know,
what if
and
he
gained
just
some spots?
what if
dude.
he just getting lapped, Faulkner gets by him and just tease him,
Yeah.
dude, and just like, well, we'll send you back a little ways
the
too, buddy.
90s, bitch.
Yeah, exactly. Like, dude, what would Bradshaw and Chicken have done?
God, bring him back. I miss those two.
Oh, I know. And then, like I said, Cooper and Faulkner got this rivalry little brewing, and it's cute, but
Yeah. Kid rivalries are the best.
they are. But at the same time, dude,
Well,
Chicken.
I hope it turns into something that's not cute. I hope it turns into something like
something
dirty,
they're both internally a little spicy about the other one, and I like
for
that.
sure.
I like that.
That's the funnest part, though. Like when you're being interviewed, be all nice and polite about it. Like, yeah, we're just out here having a good time, having a good race.
Yeah.
And then when you're out there,
and then
just do like undercover Instagram posts about the other one.
Yeah.
Like you're not saying his name.
Or when you're on the podium, they're all smiling, holding their trophy. You're just like, I'm gonna work you next week, bitch.
Yeah.
Better watch your left ankle, you bitch. And they're smiling. They're smiling. They're smiling.
talking with their teeth shut.
Yeah, they're like,
totally.
I'm gonna kill you next week. You know, shit.
yeah, totally.
Really?
Like the politicians when they go to the debate and they're all shaking hands. And
Yeah,
they're like,
they don't like
and then
each other.
Dylan's talking with his teeth, and they're like, "What's he saying?"
Yeah, well, they actually don't know what he's saying.
Sorry.
Yeah, but it is.
Don't talk shit on my boy.
I know, dude. I know. Have a talk with Alex, though. Alex caused that.
Yeah, that was painful.
Heart Raft, though, that's good for him, man. Because Anaheim was quiet, and this one was quiet too. Because he had help. You know, Jet Lawrence. Actually, let's go to Jet Lawrence first.
Yeah, ripping.
Are you a fan, Mike?
I love the dude. Yeah, from I think it was Monster Cup his interview, and he said he didn't have a brother, he had a sister. You know that.
And he's eating donuts. And,
yeah,
dude, he's just
because it's. I mean, we always talk about this, but there's just no personality in moto. It's like, dude, I
refreshing.
know what bike you ride. I know what energy drink sponsor. You know, it's like, dude, have fun up there, man. Like these guys are kids, and yeah, you know, you have pressure on you, and you have the end goal to win championships. But dude, like, you're having the time of your life. There's a lot of kids that graduate high school and go pound nails or fix people's shit pipes on their toilets. Or, you know what I mean?
You got it good. Like,
you're out there like making money, riding your dirt bike, traveling. It's like, be serious on the track, but dude, we don't need to hear the Yamaha freaking Monster Energy.
Toyota Vescandito.
God, yeah, Toyota Vescandito.
Did you ever get a truck from them?
Hell no, I buy my own stuff.
Dude,
I'm a man.
I want a free truck, dude.
Not me.
I'm working on it. I got 15 more weeks to get this done, Joe. I want a truck.
I want a free Tesla truck.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you see those things?
The DeLorean looking ones?
The Land Rover looking, the Moon Rover.
Disgusting, dude.
Hobo Nick, dude. Put a down payment on one.
Did he?
He's getting one.
I'm gonna start walking across this damn continent, dude. If that's how you freaking get down payments on Teslas or whatever.
Yeah, dude. He's getting one. We'll see when they come out.
Yeah. I ain't into that.
With Jet
stuff.
Lawrence, though, you talk about the pressure. I don't think that kid even knows if he has pressure. I don't think he even knows.
So he's Australian.
Yeah.
They're a different breed.
They are.
I grew up, or I came up in freestyle with Bilko and Moto, and these dudes were like at X Games, and they're just acting like idiots, dude. And it looks like they're not at
You're
X
all
Games.
stretching and taking it serious,
Well,
and they're just
no, come on, Daniel. You know me better than that. I have never stretched.
I know.
Not one time.
Not one time.
For a while there, Mike was doing yoga. He took things serious for
God, you must have me mixed up. Yeah, there you go, 2 minutes. But no, they're just a different breed. It's like they're just kind of like go with the flow type of dudes, and every Australian I met, I think, has been pretty bitching. They have just good attitudes and have fun with it.
They're definitely different about the way they approach things.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm stoked though, man. He looked good. I mean, would he hit a tough block or something? It been his brake pedal or something.
Yeah, and then and I think he was getting tired because he started kind of like looping off.
I didn't know if he was tired or maybe just a little tight. I mean, shoot, dude, he was battling Faulkner there for a bit, but
yeah, I
think that's promising. He wasn't even supposed to race Supercross this year, right?
Yeah. Oh, you were listening to me.
I wasn't listening to you. I pay attention, dude. I go to TMZ.com.
They decided, let's go racing.
You heard my report. They did. Dude, he started riding the Supercross track in like September for Monster Cup. They're like, well, let's just see, let's just see whatever. And then by like November, he's like the fastest dude at the Honda track. And they're like, oh, what do we do? I let him race, I guess.
Yeah.
And my theory is I don't like rushing him like that. I just don't think it. I just think if you can hold back, it's better because you just have more information, more data on how to do this thing.
But if you have a smart rider too, that he can be out there gaining knowledge and not just killing himself and wrecking every single. That's, I think, valuable too.
16's not rushing it. 16's like.
I mean, 16's not rushing.
He's already got armpit hair, man. You got to get him out there.
Roll.
He's gonna be gray soon.
It's already pimping. Let's roll.
I was a virgin at 16. I was not ready to be racing Supercross.
Dude, you're riding freaking 80 intermediate at freaking World Mini after you qualified for Hangtown.
Everybody blooms.
How it happened.
Yeah, it did.
That's not how it happened.
You were the biggest sandbagger I ever met.
Look at the calendar, dude. Look at the calendar and what actually happened.
I've never seen a dude qualify for a national and then go back and race the Super Mini class.
That didn't happen.
Yes, it did. I have pictures. You looked better on the Super Mini. It fit you a little better, honestly.
I think I still do. Hey, you want to hear something sick too?
Sure.
I'm gonna reveal this. I got a little mini plan up my sleeve with Evan for his racing career, right? And Joe, I've talked about it. It's very held back. This thing's gonna be late for him. He's a kid. I'm letting him have fun. Motorsport Hillsboro is sponsor of mine. They're giving me a KX85 for me.
Oh my God.
And I am going to, dude, Evan's going to be Vince Freese when I'm done with him, dude. I'm going to teach that kid how to race right now at 9 years old. I'm going to thrash him and stuff him and teach him how to cut under. And I'm going to teach him racecraft. Because, dude, you know these guys at the top, speed is cool. Racecraft is everything.
Yeah.
I got a KX85 coming my way, and I've never been more excited to have a bike in my life.
I know
I fit it.
I know it's
flat-footed, suckers.
You'll still cut the seat
I want to
down.
ride that bad.
I am going to. Do you want to ride it, Joe?
Hell yeah.
You want to learn? I'll teach you.
Teach me, Daddy.
Put a recluse clutch in that thing for you, though. I don't think you're going to have a hard time taking off.
Uh-oh.
Hey, I know it's just Evan, but what makes you think that you're so savvy on the track? Like, what if he's cutting under you and taking you out?
Good.
Because I've raced against you, and you're... I mean, I was not good, but you're a little bit behind me as well.
Just ignores it.
He's over here on his phone acting like I'm not
Just
saying
looking
that.
at his phone.
Yeah.
Hey, you're the one that invited me
You
here.
guys
Talk
keep
to me.
talking.
I don't have time for that
Checking
bullshit.
checking my Instagram. See what's going on. No, I think it's. I think again with Jet Lawrence, it's. I mean, you can see the skills. The kid, he's sick, and he's taller than I thought too.
Yeah, he's a big kid.
He is. He'll end up probably being 6 foot. He's sick. I'll tell you right now. I think he's a back-to-back 250 lights champion. Just whenever. I don't know when, but
Yeah.
And I just hope this year does work out for him because again, I think it's just early to throw him in there like that. But if he's ready, then the kids.
and that's what I'm
got it,
saying. I
so-
mean, just as long as he's not killing himself out there, why not give him a year of experience? Because I mean, you do got Faulkner and Cooper and Ferrandis right now. Those three are going to be hard to beat as
Right.
a rookie. You know, why not give him this year where he gets some top fives, and then next year, whatever happens, he's ready to rip.
If the team is cool with being like, just have fun, kid. Just go get a second place start and sit behind Faulkner for half the race and learn.
Yeah.
I hope there's no. Okay, now you saw what you did. Now we're going for a podium.
Yeah.
Don't ever push that kid to get
And I
any
don't
result.
think-
You don't have to do anything with him right now.
I don't think they would. I think, like I said, they probably understand that the top three, and then Christian's probably like their bet on the class.
He's their guy. He has pressure to get a job done.
Yeah.
Just go play.
If he gets
with
a podium,
go play
awesome.
with him.
He's good. I think he's good for the team. Like we said, there's so many. I mean, these kids think they're marketing for their team, but they're not. Where I think Jet actually does Geico well. You know what I mean? Like,
he does.
He brings attention to that team in a good way.
Yeah. Other than, if you're not winning, you better bring it in some other
cool.
way. And he's cool. He's funny. He's a kid, and dude. When he's out front, and it's funny because as soon as he started getting tired, the rhythm section started looking a little loopy. Like, he looped a couple times, and I'm like, oh, he's tired.
Being
dude.
an ex-racer in 2002, I know that when I'm tired, the rhythms get hard.
Dude, you start clipping and looping is
Feet
what
come off through
happens.
the whoops, yeah.
So I thought it was cool for him, and even though it didn't work out for the podium, it was sick for him.
And let's also talk about the fact that he wasn't supposed to be there, and he was on Faulkner for the first 5 minutes of that main.
Sitting
probably.
there like
I thought actually he was going to pass him at some point. I'm like, here we go.
One point in the first rhythm, they landed. I'm like, oh my God. He's like landing right into his rear tire. This is like 5 laps in. So again, if they approach it right and there's no pressure and they just be careful with him, then this year can go right. But don't screw it up for him. Let him have fun. Let him be a kid and have fun and learn. And then next year, dude, look out because he's got the skill
ready
set.
to rip.
And the whoops are the hardest thing to learn. He was ripping the whoops too. So.
Yeah, he looks great.
Anyways, all right, Joe, let's take a break. Listener questions for Scott USA Prospect Goggle is back this week. I'm not being lazy. I feel better. We'll take a break. We'll come back and we'll LQ this sucker to the end.
Main event moto.
If you're a true Motohead, then motosport.com is your only choice when it comes to OEM or aftermarket parts for your bike. And when it comes to servicing your bike or giving it the punch you need to perform, it's EMT Racing. With motosport.com, you can get everything you need for your bike with great pricing and ridiculous speed on shipping. And with EMT, it's simple. Take your bike to the experts.
2020 is the year EMT takes over the performance world. If you don't know, now you know.
Your Bat Bros choose motosport.com and EMT Racing, and you should too. Motoheads, do you want to stand out on and off the track? Make sure to check out Viral Moto for your jersey lettering and apparel needs. That's viralmoto.com.
Because having a blank jersey is about as bad as Vincent's golf game.
And when it's time to get a screen printing project done for your business or personal use, you have one choice. It's screenprintingdone.com.
Neil is the man. You know those Main Event Moto sweatshirts you're wearing? Yeah, Neil at Screen Printing Done did those.
You know that sick new Viral Moto shirt you're wearing? Yeah, Neil did those too.
We like to look good. That's why we choose Viral Moto and ScreenPrintingDone.com.
All American Chevrolet in Killeen, Texas is a proud supporter of Main Event Moto and invites all the Motoheads to experience the difference for all of your Chevy sales and service needs. Mention Main Event Moto and get 50% off your next oil change and a front end alignment at no charge. Remember, whether you're hauling your bikes to the weekend track, trail, or race, or commuting to the job that pays for your moto habit, we have the truck to get you there in style. Visit us online anytime at ChevyKilleen.com. That's all American Chevrolet of Killeen. Chevy, find new roads.
Main Event Moto Podcast.
Ooh-wee.
Joe, I changed my mind. I don't want a Toyota from Escondido.
You want a Chevy from Killeen?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying is like, I appreciate the sponsorship. I appreciate you guys being part of the show, but send me out a truck. I'll switch. I got a Ford F-150 right now. I will switch.
I've been a Chevy man my whole life.
Really?
Yeah.
What are you on right now?
I have a Chevy Malibu. I've had a Chevy S10. I've had a Silverado.
Oh, you did have the S10.
I grew up
I had
with
S10.
I grew up with a 57 Chevy classic truck, step side, baby.
Mike, you're a Toyota guy, huh? Always have been.
I am, yep.
Well, you want a Chevy truck?
No.
I'll hit him up.
I'm good.
What if it's free?
Yeah, I'll take that.
American Chevy Killeen giving out free trucks.
Mike's a man. He buys his own trucks.
I buy my own shit.
I want a free truck. Anyways, Viral Moto is with us this year too. Follow them on Instagram, even though I'm mad at them, Joe. I'm mad at them.
For why?
Because they, stupid ass Vincent called me Baby Yoda last week, and Viral Moto came out with a
Dude, that
meme.
was awesome.
Dude, it was not awesome. And Viral Moto is the one that did the meme of me holding a microphone as Baby Yoda interviewing Adam Cincerello. So welcome, I guess, to the show.
Thanks, Viral Moto.
Thanks a lot, Viral_Moto. Jerks.
That was
Give him a follow.
Give him a
I
follow.
actually laughed at my phone when I saw that.
I didn't. We talked about it, Joe, on main show this week. I'm very comfortable with my height.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Just like me with my hair.
But the Baby Yoda thing is not. I'm not cool with that as much. Okay, lay off, Viral Moto. And also, huge shout out to OCMX Graphics. That's Olmy Creations. Follow them on Instagram too. OLMY Creations on Instagram. They're a new sponsor this year, and we'll have a commercial for them next week. I already have it written out, but the problem is my voice sounds like crap, and I don't want to have a year-long commercial with me, according to Vincent, sounding like Bogle. All right. Did you follow? Do you still follow Vincent on Instagram, or is he muted right now?
No, I follow him.
Are you liking his Instagram posts throughout the night on Saturdays, or are you not seeing him?
No, I don't see him. I'm a very lazy Instagrammer.
He's pretty funny. I hate to admit it. Vincent is just trashing everybody all night long on the broadcast, and he went at Bogle a few times, and he won't lay off Freesy. Vincent needs to just
He's
chill.
going to get his ass beat. He's going to like go to Oakland Supercross or something, and everyone's going to jump him for sure.
Motoheads, if you're friends with any of these riders, let them know Vincent's going to San Diego Supercross with me. He'll be there, and so tell Freesy, tell Bogle. Who else is Vincent? Tell,
I'll start throwing DMs.
Marvin.
I'll get a crew together.
Marvin won't be there. Savachi. Vincent's got a list, and if you tell them all, the odds are maybe one will pop him in the mouth at the San Diego Supercross. All right, Joe. Scott USA Prospect listener questions. Let it rip, and then let's hurry. I'm hungry.
Are you?
So let's go fast. Let's go fast.
Eddie Neva official. How does Supercross adapt to a new track every week? Is it something they practice?
Like the riders?
Yeah.
I mean, they're just so talented that they kind of do, but I've talked about that before. If it was me and I had the money that these guys are having, I'm getting a brand new track built every week. Whole new layout.
Nah, you don't need that.
Yeah, you do.
No, you don't.
Could you imagine right now if Roczen goes back home, all right, good win, and he gets home, and then Anaheim 2's built there, ready? I mean, right? Don't you think that'd
Dude,
be
we
sick?
went over this earlier. The tracks have been the same for years.
I don't know. Even the guys that ride press day always have a little advantage because I don't know. If it's me and you're going to take everything so serious, why not take that serious? That's just my theory. Mike doesn't agree. It's fine. Next one.
I'm a penny pincher, though.
Are you?
Yeah.
You are pretty cheap, huh?
Yeah. Well, it was stuff
I'm
like
sick
that.
of you too, by the way.
Wait, what?
Your Instagram stories.
Oh, why?
The grilling. Stop. You know I like
Haters
cheese.
are gonna hate.
I like cheese.
love
Quit
cheese.
posting videos of cheese melting off the burgers
All
on
right.
the grill.
Okay, I'm done. Enough.
Hey, you tagged them a bunch. What's the deal with them?
With Traeger?
Yeah.
I'm not telling you. You'll try and steal it.
Main Event Moto, we need one more sponsor, Joe. Traeger.
Oh,
Mike's not paying attention.
Hook it
He's
up.
watching
Yeah,
the
I'm-
football game now.
I'm
All
paying,
right. Joe, turn the TV off. He's lost.
No, I'm
focus.
paying attention.
All
What do you
right,
want me to do?
next
you want me to
one.
get you a Traeger deal?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Just get me a grill and I'll post sick. I'll have Maggie cook some shit and we'll post sick stuff too.
All right.
Cheese melting
Done.
all the time. All right.
Cody Seiler, when will Levi Tomac allow Eli to ride?
So I don't know if you know, Mike, but when Eli's having a rough night, Levi takes over.
Okay.
And those are the awkward nights. Those aren't Eli.
Yeah.
Those are Levi nights.
Yeah.
Does Eli race A2 or is it Levi still or who's racing? Are they racing together? You know, what's it called?
gonna
when
be
you run-
Levi
when you run
for a
two
bit.
at the same time. When you double up? What's that called?
Doppelhanger or something?
Will you have a like alter ego or
Oh, when you have
split
two riders on the
personality?
motorcycle at the same time.
Dude, I didn't know
Like
I
Dumb
needed
and
a
Dumber
freaking
status.
degree to do this podcast, man. That's tough.
We gotta give Mike the questions early so he can Google it. In fact, that was funny too. Mike was pretty mad at me. He texted me yesterday while I'm working by that. You know, I have a job on Saturday. Text me, hey, where do I find the practice results? And I'm thinking, really? Like, so I answered back. Google has it most of the time.
Yeah.
And Mike was pissed. I thought he maybe wasn't going to show up today.
Totally rude. Because so when I had Twitter, I would go on that and find them. You know, there would be the printout. And then yesterday I Googled it and I tried finding it.
So
and
Google didn't have it yesterday.
not like a good one. It's like you really got to dig through like a bunch of, and I'm on my phone. If
I'll
I'm on-
send you a link.
No, that's fine. I don't need it now. I'll just keep losing in my fantasy league, and that's fine.
Oh yeah, you're with the Rocky Mountain ATV guys, huh?
Yeah.
See, that's who we're in that in Race Day Live. Me and Jim do it with them. So yeah,
Cool.
How much are they paying you for that?
I'm just doing it, dude.
Right.
It's something besides fantasy football. All right.
And you just grill cheese for free too.
God, yeah, it's so good.
All right, Joe. Next one.
Cody
Or did
Seiler
we
has a
answer
sick-
that? Did we answer it? I didn't even know what the question was.
Eli, Levi.
Glendale, round 4, Triple Crown, waxes the daylights at everybody, wins all 3. That's my prediction.
Cody has a second question to that. He says, is Webb still one of the favorites for the title?
No,
Ask me after huh?
I don't
No?
think so.
Oh my God.
Not a favorite. I'm not saying he can't win it. I'm just saying he's not a favorite.
Ask me after San Diego. That's when I'll be able to tell you if Cooper's all right or not.
Eddie Neva official, what rider has the best racecraft now and of all time?
All time. I mean,
What does that mean? Racecraft,
like just
like
smart race. Like
smart
just,
racer.
According to Mike, I think Osborne, right? He's
No.
at the best. I mean, year by year, Webb last year was just so, he just outsmarted everybody all the time. This year, the guy who's winning, I mean, I don't know.
I like
that's-
Anderson.
Anderson is good.
Like
The
we were
year-
saying,
yeah.
he's solid. You know what I mean? Because there's tons of dudes that might be faster than him here and there or whatever. But I think overall, he's a solid dude.
He takes chances and they work. Like he doesn't take unnecessary chances.
Yeah.
And when he won his title, he just outraced him too. Him and Cooper both the last few years have been the better guys, and they haven't really been against each other. And this year they haven't really either yet. So at least I'll say Anderson and Webb are probably at least in most recent memory. And for career wise, I have no idea. All right, next one.
Victor G251, how many shots of Jamal did Daniel Blair 125 and Fro take after the race? How many LCQs is Chad Reed 22 going to make this season?
So had a rough night last night.
Yep.
Made a bad decision.
Self-inflicted.
Fro is, what's the word when they can convince you of something and you try to put up a fight and it don't work out. You just can't.
Stoic.
It's stoic.
He was stoic last night with me, and I was planning to go to bed at midnight, and it was 2:30. And yeah, we were Jamal shotting it last night.
Can I ask you something real quick?
Sure.
Because now you're like kind of a big deal in Supercross, right?
I'm not.
But do you still ever think it's cool, like when Emmig's like, hey, let's take a shot, and you're like, dude, I was a little kid watching Emmett. Like, I can't deny him.
No, I was actually mad at him.
Oh, okay, so you think you're a big deal? Because I'm still like that nerd. I don't care what I've done in the industry. Like, if Emmett was like, hey, let's drink some beers, I'd be like, hell yeah, I'm gonna.
You want to hear a major weird moment for me? Because in all honesty, as I'm getting more involved in the sport and growing, people are coming up to me now, fans of either the podcast or the broadcast. Can I get a picture with you? That's still super weird for me.
Yeah.
But I had a major moment this weekend that was like, gave me the weird, like, not deja vu, but almost like, wow, that's a full circle. So, Joe, you know the story. Hobo Nick was just on Main Show telling a story about how he walked across the country. That all happened because in St. Louis, someone broke into the van and stole his passport the night before he was going to fly to Costa Rica. So he couldn't go, and he was so bummed about it, he was like, screw it, I'm just going to walk across the country. So this weekend in St. Louis, I'm literally in an Uber getting ready to go to dinner with, Rich from NBC, Ricky, Lee Diffie, Will Christian. We're all going to dinner together Friday night. Uber pulls around, and we're kind of like right by the stadium, and I'm looking out the window, and I'm like, you know how many times I slept in a van in front of this stadium in a very scary part of the country? Slept in the van. Night before the race, night after the race. That was my life, right? And then, okay, kind of like get off that. And then the Uber pulls up to our restaurant, and we're walking in this restaurant that I had no business being in. It's so fancy. It's this, they're ordering these bottles of wine, and they're all looking good. I'm wearing a Main Event Moto sweatshirt, looking like I should be in the van still. And I'm like ordering a petite filet, which for me, normally it's like a cheeseburger and fries. And I'm sitting there going, man, life's changed. Like, I used to sleep in the van out in the roughest spots of the country in front of stadiums. And now I'm like with Ricky, and Ricky's my buddy, and I'm eating these crazy dinners, and I'm looking like an idiot at these fancy restaurants. And I'm like, what a weird circle that's been.
Dude, I'm so lost. Where did we start with this?
I don't know. It's just, I had a weird moment.
Dancing around the question. Like, we're the ones drinking beers.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like
I don't know what you're doing.
Than he is.
How many Jamal shots?
How many did you do?
I think it was 3 by the end.
And you felt like you were better than Emick. Like, he means nothing.
No, I didn't. I was just mad at him.
No. Big deal when we were kids.
No.
You were big time in Emick, and
Guess
you took
what?
4 Jamal shots.
He's been a big time to me still always, but now when you hang with him and you know how it is, when you hang with them in the moment, you kind of forget that, like when you're hanging with K-Dub and McGrath, it turns into a just, they're my boy kind of thing. And you kind of forget in the moment. So I still, when I get a text from Emick saying, dude, come down and party, I'm like, oh my God, it's Jeff Emick still texting me. But then in the moment, I'm mad at him when he's making me take Jamal shots. And I'm like, dude, what the F, bro?
Okay, so you answered my question. When Emick's name popped up on your phone,
yeah, it's weird.
You got a little starstruck.
It is weird.
Second. Okay, that's all I was asking. I didn't need what kind of steak you got.
Put it this way,
later.
I'm just saying, I had a full circle moment this weekend.
All right.
Second part, I know you guys are both Chad fanboys, so we got to ask this. How many LCQs is Chad going to make this season?
I hope not many more.
Hey, I talked to your boy Blows on the line, the main. I'm all.
Well, you're not answering the question.
Has something to do with this.
Okay, go ahead.
So, Blows got 9th in his heat, and Chad got 10th, had to go to the LCQ. So I walk up to I walk up to Blows on the line of the main, and I'm like, why you gotta do that to Chad? Why you gotta do that? And he's like, Chad's fine. He's doing well. He's fine. I'm like, dude, let him by. Let him in. You get in the LCQ. Don't do that to him. It's Chad. Blows is all, I got a kid, man. And I'm like, well, Chad's got 3. And he goes, you know what? If Chad offered me a little bit of money, I'll let him right by in the heat race. So Blows is ready to wheel and deal.
Yeah.
To your question, though, as I can't stop coughing, Chad's going to be in a lot of LCQs this year.
Yeah,
that sucks.
Looking like it.
Like more than half, I think.
What's his what was his reason for racing this year? Like not being a rude, like, because he already had the record for main events, right? All that stuff.
Just I think his car deal is lined up. It's just not there yet.
Is it Toyota of Escondido?
It's the Chevy of Khalid, bro. It's the Kobe farewell tour.
Oh. He's doing the tour.
Okay.
And the tour is going rough.
Well, that's just what sucks is like, man, if he doesn't need to race, like, why wouldn't you just hang it up?
I feel like as long as you continue to make mains, it's all good.
Yeah.
No matter if you do it in the heat of the LCQ. That is a lot of work.
Dude, he's on the line going, he's finally doing what I did my whole career. Mm-hmm. Looking left, looking right, and going, who the hell do I have to deal with in this? Because I always would look on the gate and go, oh, no, him. Oh, no, him. Chad's doing that, and he's like, oh, A-Ray. Kyle Cunningham.
Blows.
Blows.
Damn it.
No, he's not with Blows. Blows already made it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Chad's,
Yeah,
welcome to my world.
He looked fine in that LCQ. He handled business.
He's tired, I think.
It's just weird. I like in Nitro Circus, I only had like 13 jumps the whole show, and I got to a point where I was just sick of it. I'm like, I'm not doing these 13 jumps no more.
Do you think he goes to the end
of the season?
Yeah. You think Chad he'll go all the way, or if he
if he keeps LCQing, that might just ruin him. He might be done, but I think he'll
he
sort
has
it
to
out.
make a main. I think he's fine. If he doesn't, it doesn't.
It would almost be so unbelievably like part of the story if he missed one.
God, I don't even want to
in
think
a
about
bad
it.
way, but like, could you imagine?
That'd be such a bummer.
I know. I don't want it for him. So yeah, Blows, come on, bro. Like, lighten up on the. You're a 250 East guy. Why are you over there ruining Chad's
He has
moments?
a child.
He does.
Cody Styler comes back. He says, how does producer Joe feel about his son A. Mart starting a crash, which took out his new hope of Dylon? I know we already talked about it.
How do you feel about it?
Cody, I feel bad about it. I don't like it.
Are you going to have to sit Alex down?
It ticks me off, Cody.
You have to talk to him this week?
He knows.
You don't even have to tell him?
Nope.
You just give him the eye?
He already knows.
Sorry,
Didn't have to give the eye.
Okay.
Mitchell176, thoughts on Jet Lawrence this weekend? If he didn't make the little mistake, he could have been podium 3.
Would he have helped? I mean, Craig went down. Heart rate. I mean, yeah, if the brake pedal doesn't, I don't know how it happened, so I don't know, but he could have pulled. I think he could have pulled it. Could you imagine him on the podium too? Round 2? Goofy little kid up there. He would have been. It'd have been great if he would have.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I think he could have.
He could have? Yeah. I think so too.
It was close.
This is a good one. AA591. If you had a chance to do a documentary, who would it be? Eli Tomac or Justin Barsha?
Oh, I'd do Barsha.
Yeah.
Tomac, man, it'd be like paint drying. You might as well just watch the thing with the volume turned off.
Just watch the visuals.
Yeah, just watch the visuals of him riding out in his yard. Barsha would at least say something. He'd probably talk some shit on the riders a little bit here and there. He's a little just like involved, you know what I mean? Like if you got him in a semi after someone, like in the semi truck, after someone took him out, it'd make for some good
at
footage.
Anaheim, the post-race press conference, I asked him if he was going to tee up Adam when he went off the track. And remember how he just lined him up?
Yeah.
And he's like, 250 days, I'd have put him in the grandstands. So like I think he would be willing to say some things that would make you go, Or
he would let you in a little more.
Yeah, I think so too.
Alex 640. What was your favorite moment from Saturday? And then he says, what are your top 5 favorite moments in your life?
Whoa.
Jesus. Should have sobered up for this one.
This is more of a main show question.
Yeah. Top 5 moments of my life.
He says it doesn't have to be racing related.
It wouldn't be.
No, hell no, it wouldn't be.
Dude, let's just go with the Saturday one. Kenny.
Favorite moment of Saturday.
Checkered flag.
Yeah.
Kenny. Actually, seeing the camera on Courtney, his wife, and seeing her just losing it and start running down the stairs, I'm just like, I got a little teary-eyed, man. I got, like I said, I think I was more emotional than Ken. I definitely watered up more than he did, which is crazy to me. But I think him winning it, that to me was like, hell yeah. I was happy that he won, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Mike, same for you?
Yeah, same for me.
Or when Osborne teed up Adam. I know that you're stoked on that.
Yeah, that wasn't good.
Okay.
Vlog epicness. No question this week, but Daniel, I was disappointed you didn't have more commentary in the main event. I was hoping you were going to cut in during the last lap and talk about how great of a moment this is for Ken and the sport. You've ranted on it before, and I thought you worded it perfectly. # missed opportunity.
Oh, ouch. 2 parts to that. Number 1.
You let Vlog epicness down.
Okay, first off, he said last lap. It's a unspoken rule. You don't go to the floor first lap or last lap. The booth sets up and the booth closes the race. So in the last lap, that's not my time to pop in and like try to like, drop a moment. You know what I mean? But in the last 4 or 5 minutes, I did patch in to Bondo and say, hey, I got something on Roczen. I wanted to talk about how last year Webb took 2 of them from him. He almost had them then. You know what I mean? And then Ricky said it, and I had to go back in and go, Bondo, never mind. He said it because I was ready to bring that info out. Ricky dropped it. So in that moment, honestly, that's the booth's responsibility to build up that ending closing. You know what I mean? Could you imagine like the last fourth quarter drive in the Super Bowl, and then Michelle Tafoya pops in with some report.
God,
like
I'd turn it off.
That's not my time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So no, it was handled the right way.
Foz 17, Anderson creeping. What do you guys think?
Oh, he's creeping. He's lurking back
Yeah.
there, just sitting there.
Creeping on
He
something.
is in a good spot for someone who literally has done nothing yet. He's just sitting there.
Yeah.
Very smart.
This next guy's got a very important question. Leland John 1 says, do riders' girlfriends or wives have actual jobs?
Yeah, right.
Oh man, I could say something
I could go, dude.
so
there's-
bad right now, and I don't
Let's go to
want
the
to get in
main
trouble.
show.
Yeah. My opinion on that is probably a little too harsh to say publicly. So, what do you think, Joe?
Yeah, Joe, this is actually, you should answer this
Yeah.
one.
What do you think about these riders and their girls and their? He doesn't know though because he's not around the track and inside
Yeah,
there
but
as
he
much.
understands, dude. This is just common sense.
They're around,
Uh-huh.
very around.
Yeah.
I mean, what chick wouldn't be if you don't have to work and just get to fly around everywhere?
And when I'm saying around, I'm saying like in the pits and on the. I mean, they're. I'll say this as gentle as possible. I think they're around way too much on race day. And I get I get it with Ferrandis. That's the one because we had a chance to interview him this week. You know, private, one-on-one with just the broadcast team, and she came with him. And I think one of those meetings is better off without your lady with you. He's different because they're on like a journey together in this world, and he needs her a lot to like communicate. He'll ask her questions about like what's the right word to say. Like when we ask, not like what should I say, more like how do you say that word? That's different. They're like a little team traveling the world together. That one's fine. The other ones are silly to me that they're just around.
Yeah.
Like you shouldn't be around.
I just think it's
Sorry.
weird how like girls literally don't want a life. They're like, I'm totally cool with just flying to Supercrosses every week and hanging out in the pits while my husband or boyfriend just rides all day and doesn't pay attention to me. And like, that's so weird to me. Like there's so much better stuff you could do on a Saturday than sit in St. Louis.
Or maybe you show up at a time, I don't know, just all day, like all day from press till the thing, you're just like you're like a shadow. And
Yeah.
I find that to just be a little
That's
weird.
when they start creeping on some DMs and stuff, and you got to watch them because you're out there working and they're just sitting there bored. Oh God, there's so much weird stuff going on.
If a book was ever written and it anonymous on the things that have happened in this sport going back the last couple decades,
Oh my God.
written by anonymous, the sport couldn't handle it. I'm telling you that right now. All right, then that's part of it.
God,
Move
this
on.
is so fun.
Captain 506, would we know more about the sport, teams, and riders, etc., if most media quit caring about being riders' friends and reported/asked questions about the hard things to talk about? Daniel wants to be in the NFL. Those reporters and analysts do not care about what riders think of them.
That's a reporter. I'm not a reporter. I'm part of the broadcast team. Troy Aikman, whether he's friends or not with these guys, there's relationships with all these players because that's how you get the information that you bring on screen. So for me to be tight with Kenny and walk into the Honda truck and say, "What's up, buddy? How's today? How's whatever?" We're not friends. We're not talking about it, but there's a relationship there that allows me to get access to info.
So a commentator is different than a reporter.
I'm not a reporter. In our sport, there is a problem with a lot of the reporters I wouldn't say starstruck, but they definitely like are afraid to ruffle feathers, and Cooksy's the one who doesn't care, and they probably don't like him the most because he does ask whatever he wants to ask, and he knows that he's provocative in a good way, I think. But I'm not media, or I'm sorry, I'm not a reporter. I'm part of the broadcast team. I have to have these relationships to get the information I need to talk about them to the masses, not on a website, you know what I mean? Or on this show. In fact, I can tell you right now, I reveal 5% of the things that I talk about with these guys in private on the show because I'm not TMZ. I'm not a reporter. I need them to do my job right so I can someday go to the NFL where, again, I would do the same thing with Patrick Mahomes. I'm going to be close enough with him to where I have his respect earned to where he will give me the information where I can sell his brand on television if I get a chance. It's a different role. So if he's tying me into that, I'm not one of them. This podcast, this isn't a regular podcast. I'm not looking to ruffle feathers and TMZ it. That's not what we do here. I do the opposite because I have a job that I'm worried about. So, anyways, Mike, any thoughts on that, or are you watching the game?
No, you lost me. You kept going, and then I got lost again.
Okay.
Ryan Spivel 149. Do you think professional motocross, supercross riders have a fear of crashing after having a major injury? I recently broke my back and leg during a race this last summer and have had a really hard time seeing myself ride again. And I see riders like Dean Wilson keep at it after so many major injuries.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, look at like I know Dean's saying he's out of shape and stuff, but like look at
dude.
He's not the same Dean. Even like he's not even getting a good start and running up there for 5-10 minutes and fading because he's tired. That stuff lingers with you, man.
And
bad.
I think you get over it over time once you just kind of move into a new place. But for a while, for me, when my bike seized off the triple in Vegas and I shattered both my heels, I probably for 5 years, every time I went off the triple, went a little like, just even when I was like doing good in the middle of a battle, I'd be battling and I'd go up to the triple and go, like it's just, for sure it does. And I even think that has to do a lot with Kenny. Kenny talks about his bike setup and why he runs it stiff.
That's why he runs it stiff.
I think he's freaking a little scared still when he's getting in a rhythm section when you're going to get bucked. For sure these guys do. They're not as reckless as you think. No. There's a little percentage of your brain where you're going, oh man, like all the time.
All the time, yeah.
All the time.
I through my whole freestyle career, I really never crashed.
Yeah, you were always safe and efficient.
Yeah, but in 2010, I don't know what the hell the deal was. I went to Yamaha's that year, the 250s, and dude, my first show on it, I did it like a turn down whip, landed backwards, knocked myself out. And then like 2 months later, did a seat grab flip, under rotated, missed my bars, knocked myself out, dislocated my shoulder.
So how was the next year?
Well, then 5 months later, I was in Australia and I did a seat grab flip and my hand blew out of the grab and I like ghost rode my bike and freaking destroyed my whole body. And dude, that was like the last good year of freestyle for me. I made
is that when you went, I gotta be more.
Yeah.
Because you did shut it down as far as progressing upward.
Yeah.
You went, okay, I'm here now and I'm going to hold this. And you didn't really, you didn't have that turn.
Yeah, it all stemmed from that year. And it was crazy because I think probably like 2 years went by and I tried another seat grab flip just board and practice and literally like did the most baby seat grab flip. And when I landed, dude, my hands were shaking. Like I had to stop. Because it's just like you said, every time you like go to do it, I just had those bad thoughts.
Like, no way you can't think about it unless you're just stupid.
Yeah, I mean, you could be dumb enough to not, but it sticks with all those guys for sure.
Lone Wolf 376. Anyone else feeling them allergies when old boy Ken Roczen lit the candles?
Nah, not him. God, I was. I'm not gonna lie. The girl that works for Honda, I think her name's Mandy. She was bawling, and I'm weird, dude. When I see someone cry, I freaking want to cry. Like I don't even know why they're crying. I'll just look over and like a little kid's crying. I'm like, I tear up when other people.
It's like when someone pukes. If I see someone puke, dude, I'm like right there next to him. Dude. Same thing.
So when he crossed and I see everyone freaking out and whatever, I'm like, it's dusty in here, man. What the hell? And then, I had allergies for about 3 minutes. Yeah. And then when I saw him,
I really do have allergies. They were just exaggerated with that win.
Yeah, so you double. I had allergies until I saw that Ken didn't, and then I didn't. And I'm like, all right.
Clean it up a little bit.
All right.
Stop crying, baby.
Gee, I have a baby. I was caught up in it, man.
Bezia, Barsha looks like the guy from Nickelback.
Yeah.
Could be. I mean, his hair's a little blonder. He'd have to put some, and he'd need to curl it up a little bit.
Nickelback or like a Point Break character or something. I mean, there's tons of stuff he could be.
Stick says Tomac needs to pay Bogle and Freese $10,000 each to show him how to start.
You know what Ricky said last night at the bar? Bar talk. We were talking about starts and how you got to work on. Maybe they need to work on this week. Ricky's like, I never worked on starts.
Yeah.
The more you work on starts, the more you second and third guess everything you do, and then you're on the gate going, okay, is my hand right? Is my clutch right? Is my foot right? Is my weight? Gotta keep my wheel. Dude, it's hard to say that. You've just got to almost let it rip. Like these guys, they're so mental. Starts is mental.
Well, I feel like too, starts are just such an instinctual thing. You know what I mean? You can practice, like we were saying earlier, you can practice all week and it's fine when you're by yourself, no pressure. Not, you could probably rip it, but
you could do 100 in a row perfect.
Yeah.
You put guys next to you, it's not the same.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying earlier is I didn't do much right in my racing career, but for some reason I was just naturally a good starter.
You said good instincts.
Yeah,
you
just
had
that
good
instinct
instincts, good
and-
reaction, good feel, and probably not in your own head so much.
Yeah,
Just,
I like,
we're good.
I'm with Ricky. I never, I rode at sand pits. It's not like I sat out there and just practiced starts nonstop. So
Right.
I think it's just you kind of either have it or you don't, and it's hard to explain. But like I said too, confidence usually breeds reaction. Like you don't want to be in the back. So it's like I don't get why like Dylan and Tomac and these dudes just cannot get off the gate. It trips me out. I don't get it.
It does, and they're so good, and they're on unbelievable machines, and it's like consistently so bad.
Yeah.
It's like it's
Yeah, a bad start's going to happen, but when it's like
not
a regular
all the
thing, it's
time.
like, what the heck is
Not-
going on here?
It's different between something happening and something being a thing.
Yep.
And that's the problem.
Yeah.
It's like a thing. It's
Yeah,
every
it's a
week,
plague.
and that's it is, dude. It's like this sickness going around. Like for them, it's just they can't get over it.
Yep.
All right, next one.
Mysterion 157. Now that it's proven Faulkner doesn't have a massive outright speed advantage like last year, and with Dylon having his issues, does that take the fun out of the 250 championship? For me, you can hand Cooper the title now.
No way.
No way.
You got Faulkner, who's gonna whole shot everything. You got Cooper, who I think's got an extra gear on Faulkner right now, speed wise. You got Dylan, who's got more speed than both, and is now down in the championship. The 250 class between those three is straight juicy. Like I can't wait.
I'm ready
watch
for the
them.
race where all three of them are out of the gate together.
Yes, it's going to
gonna be a
happen.
good
They're
race.
going to all end up together in the top 5, and then we're going to see some. No, it's and for Justin Cooper, it's still his second year. He's got one win. You can't give him the title. Who said that?
That was Mysterion 157.
That was a really, really bad observation. So I'm going to give you the motorsport.com gift card.
Dang,
dude.
Are you
Yeah.
sure?
Yeah, I'm as like
You
I've been doing it wrong my whole life.
You want to
medicine.
put him on the list?
No, I'm gonna give it to him. You know
All right.
what? Because look, that was so bad that I want to give him something good to counter.
All
You know?
right.
I'm all about that balance, like Roczen suspension. So
Because I thought
Mysterion.
for sure you were going to give it to the next question.
Okay, hold on, Mysterion. Hold up one second. What?
TR Dirty says, who has worse arm pump? Eli after A1 or DB after holding the mic for a Justin Cooper interview?
Yeah, he gets it. Sorry, Mysterion. That was a little bit better. Cooper's interview was long. I'm holding the mic. I'm not even worried about
Worse than
holding the
Marv?
mic. Right there,
Really? Marv's bad,
in
dude.
length.
Okay.
Probably worse than Marv because Justin Cooper's first language is English.
Yeah. Damn.
No, so I'm gonna tell you right now, really, what's going on in my mind. You can watch the broadcast back. I ask my question. I hand the mic over to Cooper, and I know my face is like halfway in because I got my face. I know they have my face in there, and I'm holding the mic. And it wasn't the mic that I'm concerned about. It's the fact that this camera's on my face for so long, and I'm like trying to like, do I nod?
Like, how do you relax
Do I
your face?
smile? And I'm even like to myself going, damn it, this camera's on my face forever. Like it's just zoomed into my face forever. Like finish this thing. So no arm pump, but without question,
face.
I was.
You had hot face.
I had hot face.
Yeah.
Like get done because I know my tip of my nose and my cheek is in the shot, and I don't know what to do with my face.
Yeah. I always get that, like when you say you close out something and you have to like smile at the camera for 10 seconds and wait. I get hot face bad.
Or how
'Cause you gotta just sit
or
there
how
and
about when you're
stare
like,
and
all right,
smile
everybody,
at nothing.
everybody,
You're all-
let's take a group picture. Everyone say cheese, and someone does like 10 in a row, and you're just like, dude,
When can I relax?
So yeah, that's I had some face thoughts going on there. I literally was thinking in my head, hurry up, dude, because my face is just sitting here, and I don't know what to do with it.
Sorry, Mysterion 157. He missed out on the gift card. Shout out to Danny Roberts, too, because it was his idea to give TR Dirty the gift card. Corey Heft.
Wait, really?
It's just a side comment.
Oh.
Corey Heft, what in the hell is going on with Tomac? Do you think Savachi is with his bike when Kranz isn't looking?
I don't know yet with Eli. I don't know yet,
Yeah.
man.
I think we've hammered that. Redneck Moto.
I think the best way to handle the Tomac situation is to say, I don't know. That's the only way you could be accurate.
Yep.
I don't know.
I'm there.
I don't know.
Shout out to Redneck Moto X, main show guy. He says, can they please stop showing us what Faulkner's dad and Roczen's wife are doing in the stands during the race when there are plenty of battles going on? Unless they are in the stands railing a chick bent over the seat or whooping somebody's ass, we don't care.
I'm on board
Why
with
are
that
you
one.
nodding, Mike? Because that's wrong, too. That's worse than Mysterion. What are you talking about? Dude, when the race winner, like, you're thinking of it from a moto person and not from a general audience. When someone is winning a race and there's reason, like for Courtney Roczen, She's been involved with this journey the whole way with him. She had to go to the hospital with him over and over and over. It's a big moment for their marriage and family. You got to capture that moment. That's huge. That's important. Faulkner, hometown. You know, his dad used to watch the St. Louis Supercross before Austin was born. He used to go there with his brother and watch the race. And now he's in the stadium that he's been in forever, and his kid's going to win. Those moments are important. And if you want to pan back to a battle in 8th, like,
hell yeah,
who cares for the battle for 8th? This guy's about to win, and it's a big moment, and their family is involved. If from NBC standpoint, and I support this, you got to capture those moments. Those moments are bigger than a battle for 5th. I'm sorry. That's my opinion. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. That's what I believe.
Okay, you worded that well. I'll take back what I was thinking.
What were you thinking?
I don't remember now.
Okay.
No, one. I not necessarily the Roczen Faulkner thing, but sometimes I do hate that when they're like paying attention to other stuff. You know, it's at different races, not last night, but just in general, it's like, dude,
if they go to it,
trying to watch a damn race here, you know, and
if it's lap 4 and they go to it for just to go to it, I get that.
Yeah.
But on the last lap, when the dad's running down the stairs or Courtney's running down the stairs,
no,
those moments are
fine,
huge.
yeah.
You have to add a layer to the win to make that moment bigger for him.
Like
That's
when Tiger
important.
won the Masters, dude. They were on his family the whole time when he was coming down 18.
Dude,
Sick.
how about Tiger recently when he putted that thing and then just turned and walked away?
Shook the hand.
God.
That's a man.
I heard though that he didn't have to make that.
No, he had to 2-putt to win.
So he knew it was going to be close
Yeah.
enough. And then it sunk.
Yeah.
That just made it look so much more boss.
Oh, that
like,
was, yeah, pimping.
if it didn't go in, it'd have been like, oh, that's a weird kind of look.
Yeah.
But the fact that it dropped was like, oh my God.
That was like me racing you like at a Golden State National. Just shake your hand on the line and say you did good today. And then just throw
Last
your
question,
ass.
Joe.
It's
right?
like just throwing your goggles into the stands before the race
you
is started.
take off.
No, it's like sitting on the gate, looking left at your comp, looking right at your comp, and just pulling all your tear-offs off.
Yeah.
The national. I don't
This is
need
just
these.
too damn easy.
I don't
None of
need
this shit.
these.
2 more, that's it. I'm Vincent Blair, says Roczen was unstoppable. Barsha knew it and played the Dungy card. Freeze can cause a better traffic jam than a bridge toll booth lady.
I told you, dude. He won't let Freesy go, man. It's pretty accurate. What did he say? Worse than a what?
Bridge toll booth lady.
Yeah, about that. All right, next one.
Shane Whitaker 25 says, DB, I believe it when they say Tomac's start hurt because he practices them in higher elevation. And when he comes down, he's not used to the power. What's your opinion?
What do you think, Mike?
Elevation cause issues for the starts?
No.
Nah.
It's reaction time and just coming out of the gate. Bike slow,
for
bike
him-
fast, it don't matter.
For him, that's a variable in a different way. I've always thought that it's weird that Tomac rides in elevation, like where the bike is so slow.
Yeah.
And he comes down to sea level, and it's like, dude, your bike is so much
There'd
faster.
be way different things to think of with that than the
Not the start. These guys have a system set up where they have their throttle, his system reaction, like you said, it's just broken. It's broken. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it?
That's it.
All right. Well, good show.
Cool.
Mike, you're gonna stay around for main show.
I'm staying around.
What are you guys gonna
I'm
talk
gonna make
about,
a day
Joe?
out. Don't worry about it. We got a couple
I wanna
beers
know.
here. We're gonna get
I wanna
spicy.
know.
All kinds of good stuff.
What are you gonna talk about, Joe?
You can only know if you were to stick
Tune
around
in.
and actually be part of the
not.
show.
Subscribe and listen.
I'm going home. I'm taking Evan riding today.
God, you just can't get enough of it. Huh?
You have to subscribe, check it out.
I got a plan in place, dude. I'm telling you,
Same with me with golf.
I'm building Vince Freesy 2.0. Kid's gonna be brake checking everybody, swerving. He already does, dude. Go to Sac Raceway, try to pass Evan. Good luck. He swerves.
I'll just take him out like I did his old man. It's not hard.
After all these years, he finally admits it, Joe.
No, you
He
just
did
keep saying
take
it,
me
so
down.
I don't remember
He
it, but I'm
admits
going to go with it.
He's denied it every time he's been in here. You and your egg helmet.
that thing is so
Huge
gross.
shout out to Fly Racing, Mika Metals, No Toil, EMT Racing, Viral Moto, All My Creations. Mike, thanks for coming in. Joe,
You're welcome.
thank you as always because you're the man. I also want to give a huge shout out. All right, my voice is cutting out. Motosport.com, American Chevy of Killeen, screen printing done, Guts Racing, Scott USA, and DRS suspension with Race Tech. Thank you guys so much for being a part of Main Event Moto. This is 149, and it's coming to a close, and we'll see you next week at Anaheim. I don't know who's going to be on the show next week yet, but we'll try to make it fun. All right, later.
Main event motor. Screw it. You know it by now.